Okay, so today we're going to talk about concept you probably see all time in very professional MMA and boxing, where guys do things like positional changes like this, right? Obviously we see that the guard changes quite often, there's little adjustments, but more profound ones where, like, say, hand is down like this and then it switches like this, right? Directional changes with the shoulder and which hand is up or down. This is same with guard transitions like this, right? It might look random, but what these guys are actually doing is they're exercising two concepts. One is versatility of stance. They're essentially putting themselves from orthodox into southpaw, but they are doing it by virtue of their opponent's movement, not their own, right? They are letting their shoulder lead the play. This is the name of this concept, right? So if I'm in orthodox, and let's say I have a very Philly shell-like defense like this, my shoulder leads the play because my shoulder is my defensive shield, and it also determines directionality of punch, right? This is external rotation of shoulder. If I were to throw like flicker jab this way, right? If I want to throw up, I have to elevate scapula. If I want to throw straight, I have to lower it a bit. If I want to throw down, I have to depress scapula. And if I want to throw in, I have to internally rotate shoulder to throw like a hook or whatever, right? And of course it comes up to block. So shoulder lead the play. But let's say my opponent circle this way, and instead of me taking step like this to meet him, where shoulders still need to play, I'm going to let him put me into southpaw. But then this position is no longer responsible. It needs to be the reverse, right? So if he were to circle this way, maybe I go like this as a transition and then come up and do that movement. You will see things like this in boxing and MMA, and it might look random, it look kind of smooth, it look kind of cool, but it is usually misunderstood and misapplied by boxers. So you have to remember to use this idea, the shoulder lead the play. It is the same whether you have, say, like long guard, right, like this, because sure, fist is in front of shoulder, obviously, but shoulder lead body, right? This shoulder is back, this shoulder is in front. Mid guard, same thing. Even like this, like Mike Tyson style, really squared up stance. My left shoulder, if I am orthodox, is still in front a little bit. So for here, my opponent would have to be from like here to here, and that would be okay. But if he came this way, I either need to take step like this, or I need to switch, right? My guard a little bit like this, right, from here to here, because now shoulder lead play, right? So this is basic concept that you need to understand for this. It also apply with throwing the 1-2, like 1-2. Now the shoulder lead the play because it is my defensive shield, and of course it is offense, right? I cannot punch without my shoulder leading the play, because shoulder, like we determined, is the directionality of punch, right? So hopefully this makes sense, and just so you understand not to do random movements like this for no reason. Follow basic criteria at least, and probably start with guard like this and transition more like this. This is much more difficult to learn. It is much more dangerous, right? The hands down style, it is flashy. Instead, try just very minor positional changes like this, right? As an opponent goes left or right, right? Opponent goes this way, opponent goes that way, right? Do you understand? I can show you with this, but I have to change angle. So just watch how it circle, right? Okay, so that's fine. Boom, 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 and of course other way around too. Right? And this is the same if we have long guard, right? And that is all. That is all. It is simple but misunderstood concept. So